In the blue corner with the longer shorts, Sakurai with those traditional short black trunks. And here we go, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And Danzig says his fighting idol is Sakurai.
Wow, what a way to get to fight the guy that you've looked up to. And I'm familiar with that when I fought Dan Severn early on in my career. But I don't think Danzig's going to have much idol worship in this match.
No, Danzig's one of those really tough kids. He kind of had a real strange upbringing as he was coming up, and it made him really, really tough because he's just one of those guys that's self-sufficient. Unlike me, I always get a lot of strong people around me. Danzig's a guy that can survive on his own, and it shows up in his fight game. He really, really develops the game while he's in the fight.
Well, I've seen him in the gym over at Eric Paulson's OC Shoot Wrestling, and he's certainly a well-rounded individual. Called one of his matches for the LA Sub X, and he just took his opponent apart.
Uh-oh. And Sakurai on the charge. Danzig's got to cover up, and I'm not sure he can. Sakurai can be a human highlight film when it comes to MMA. He showed a flurry there.
Most certainly in Sakurai. Some people may not know this, but I used to train with a guy. He's about as mean as a badger with a tail and a light socket.
I don't think it was the knee as much as just the position that took Danzig down, and now he's got a deal. Now, no soccer kicks are allowed here in Las Vegas, so Sakurai couldn't do everything he might want to do in Japan. Back on the feet.
Danzig needs to watch for that explosiveness from Sakurai.
Spinning back fist.
Nice body shot. Good taking the wind out of Danzig.
Sakurai's a very patient fighter. He fights in flurries. He'll come after you real quick, and if he senses the pace needs to get a change, he'll slow things down on purpose to throw your game off.
Yeah, like I said earlier, great killer instinct. When he senses weakness, he just jumps on it.
And often in fighting and in any competition, it doesn't matter what you do as long as your opponent doesn't know it. And if you mix up your game in anything, you're going to have an advantage most of the time.
Danzig really wants to, I think he wants to really close the distance. He can do a clinch, a shot, anything to try and keep Sakurai off of him and not allow him to work in that dynamic range.
The one flaw that Danzig sometimes has is that he'll do 1 and 2 combinations over and over again. If he changes it up against a guy like Sakurai, he will keep him off balance. Hopefully he can adjust a little bit more right now, because even though Sakurai is backing up, he's still controlling the pace of the fight.
Yeah, sure enough, and you don't ever want your opponent to find your rhythm.
Isn't Danzig wanting to get this fight onto the ground, though, Frank?
Well, the thing is with Sakurai, even though he's such a strong stand-up guy, his ground game is really good as well. So he's a guy that even though you take him down, you may be blasting through him, he still has enough submission talent to keep you away.
But Danzig's got to go with his strongest card, though, doesn't he?
In some cases, yeah, but right now, because he's getting dominated so heavily on the feet, he needs to kind of turn the pace.
Nice turnover by Sakurai. Got to watch for the armbar here as Danzig's creeping up on that shoulder, looking for it. Sakurai also is very well versed in leg locks. One of his favorite techniques is the heel hook, which has found him a lot of success in grappling competitions.
Of course, that is one of our favorite. One of our commentators' favorite moves as well. Josh Burnett loves the leg locks as well.
I have no idea what to do with a foot when it lands there. I just look at it like a dog with his head cocked sideways. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yuji Shimada will pause the action, bring them away from the edge of the ring. They'll get back in that same position in the middle, give them more room to work. It is Maha Sakurai on top.
Gotta say, I'm enjoying this fight so far by watching how Danzig still staying in this fight, and even though he shouldn't be trying to trade blows with Sakurai, just willing to stand in there and see if he can get his off.
But one of the things too about Danzig is because he is kind of mentally tough, he'll hold you off, and when you get exhausted is when he'll explode on you. But sometimes he does take a little bit of punishment, and then with a guy like Sakurai, if you give him a little bit of punishment, he'll keep tic-tacking you out, and all of a sudden you're completely gone.
Right, he sees a target, and he just keeps hitting it. He sees a weak spot, and he stays on. Of course, like you're saying, hey, he trained at R1 Gym, and you guys, you put him through the ringer and then make us go back out on the mat. They're going to be mentally tough, and they're going to be able to hang in the fight.
Part of the problem is too with Danzig is that he knows he is so mentally tough. Sometimes he'll put himself in bad positions on purpose to try to tough his way out of it. But he knows how flexible he really is. Now, this is a position where, when we used to practice together, this is something that he would catch me in. But a guy like Sakurai is so tough as well that if you keep him in this position, all you do is wasting energy. So.
Sure. He's got to be, and Danzig, he's got to understand the urgency of fighting these rounds. He can't sit there and just, well, you know, I'm okay, I'm not getting hurt, but you're losing at the same time.
You know, it's funny how some of the best trainers in the world, Eric Paulson, John Lewis, they all say the same thing. Each round is a mini fight into itself, so you have to win each round itself so you can win the entire fight.
Exactly.
That's one of the things that Sakurai does amazing. He purposely wins each round, and most of the time he has to finish you before him in the second.
Sure enough. Oh, incredible judo hip toss. Ogoshi there by Sakurai.
Final 20 seconds of the round number 1, and now Sakurai trying to get the arm bar on Danzig.
Nice straight arm lock attempt, coming off of a double wrist lock, countered by Danzig. If Sakurai was to grab his own shoulder, he might be able to finish it.
Now he let it go. Final seconds of the first round. A very active one for Sakurai, but a younger fighter than Danzig, less mature, might have panicked early on.
He's vengeful. He's going to get his back.
And that's the thing that really makes him effective. And people underrate him quite a bit, Sakurai, because he is has a nice demeanor about him.
Sure.
That they don't think he's going to be that mean when you fight him. And he really is a mean.
He is mean as heck.
Oh, it's really fun. And although it was my first loss, I still enjoy that fight so much because it was like, wow, great trip. Is that he is such a tough guy, even though he has such a nice demeanor about him.
Working the top wrist lock there, Sakurai. I don't know if Danzig is going to be the kind of guy to let a basic submission like that end his night, but there's a lot of opportunities that can come off of that.
Keep working, man. Get up.
Rolling up on his shoulders, Danzig looks like he's thinking to go for the arm lock. Sakurai raining some punches down instead to see if Danzig might want to change his mind.
Sakurai says, let's bring it up one more time. And he's going to try to beat Danzig on the feet. He's starting to use the leg kicks. We saw that in the first round. Sakurai is.
Sakurai not coming on as strong. Nice counter left hook.
Danzig's dropping his right hand a little bit. It's getting Sakurai in position to start taking him out.
Well, with a guy like Matt Hume in the corner, I'm sure he's giving Sakurai good advice to land that shot. Danzig coming in, looking for the uppercut, sensing that Sakurai's dropping his head.
Wow, and Danzig just ran into a stiff left arm of Sakurai. Sakurai looks like he's taking a little breather right now, too.
He does look very relaxed, maybe a little too relaxed, as Danzig is the kind of guy to just get right in your face like he's been doing.
Boy, but that left hand just striking Danzig at will. But Danzig comes right after him. He's a tough kid.
Remember, one of the criteria in Nevada Commission is to control the center of the ring. If Danzig keeps backing Sakurai up, it's at least going to score 1 point in his favor. So if there's a couple of flurries, Danzig could steal around if he keeps the pace up like this.
Where does he get his toughness? He's taking those strikes and keeps moving right on in, does Danzig.
I got to be honest with you. I'd like to say some training with us and go down and train with other guys, but he had it when he came to us. So I really have no idea. Just his mental toughness has got to be in his DNA.
Sure enough. And, you know, interestingly enough, as he takes a jab from Sakurai there and throws a middle kick of his own there, he seems to be getting more confident as the fight goes on, even though he's getting into bad shots, getting into bad spots, taking shots from Sakurai and sort of getting picked apart.
And Sakurai is just laying back. He's almost taking in the information, saying, Danzig, bring me what you have, and I'll take it.
The one thing I really like about Sakurai, and it's the thing that I try to learn from him, is that he's such a loose fighter. As you see, he's snapping his punches still. When he gets hit, he kind of floats him off. Really nothing ever bothers him. And I'm a really tight, intense kind of fire club fighter. I get really exhausted very fast. Sakurai, the reason why he beat me is because he maintains his pace you see he's doing right now. He's very relaxed.
Stayed loose. And he's landing great low kicks in addition to those peppering shots. And you'd think that Sakurai might want to go back to landing that low kick after a couple of hands.
Is Sakurai giving Danzig a false sense of security here in this early middle minutes here of the second round?
From having fought one of them and training with the other one for a long period of time, I have to say yes. Because he really is explosive. He can catch you with anything when he chooses to.
Sakurai checking that low kick, coming back with one of his own, and practically sweeping Danzig off the feet.
He's done that a couple of times. Danzig will start to feel that, and now does Sakurai want to flip the switch? Not yet. A very entertaining fighter.
Another left hand right low.
Great leg kicks coming into play, and ever so slightly, Danzig starting to favor that left leg.
Now, if you notice how Sakurai's going upstairs, downstairs, it's kind of like a boxer would go over your head to your body. He gets to use his feet too, so he punches into the head, kicks to the legs. It throws you off really bad. And as this fight gets longer and longer, Max can start slowing down because he's not going to have any front leg kicks.
Four huge kicks to that leg, and underneath his shorts, Danzig's legs starting to get red and swell.
Well, you know that Sakurai here, he's seen an opening. He's seen an area that Danzig is not adjusting for. So those low kicks are going to...
Oh my God! Oh my God! He got cracked! Oh no!
Fight is over in an instant. Like you said, Trig, he explodes, and bam, dynamite all over Danzig's chin.
Danzig is back up, but he lost the fight on a looping right hand from Mahat Sakurai.
Wow. That's, you know, really for you guys, I'm sorry Jackson interrupted, but for those guys that are new to the sport, you have to understand how important it is to be relaxed. relax in your technique. I've watched Josh Barnett, my co-host tonight, really train and fight a lot. That's one of the things he does. No matter what position you're in, you stay calm and relaxed. The same thing Sakurai did tonight, and that's what catches him.
But on the other hand, just like you, Trig, bam, when you see the opportunity, you explode, you hit that double, you put the guy down no matter how tired you may be, whether you're wobbled or cut or hurt. When you see your chance, you go through it just like a sprinter coming out of the blocks. And that punch from Sakurai, same punch that put Olaf Alfonso in the dirt 6 feet under.
You know, and it's incredible because Sakurai's power, it seems like the way he throws and how he does stuff, but it really doesn't function. And you know, that knockout came in 4-1, and it is amazing how he really can step forward without even looking like he's being aggressive.
Right.
He blows you to sleep.
It doesn't even look like he's trying that hard.
So, Maha Sakurai with a very slow start to the second round, taking that information, watching what Danzig does, and then Danzig moved in, and Sakurai moved in for the kill and won the fight.